Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a fantastic little day. David, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
I already said what's up.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Yeah. So, hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good day. I already said that. I just realized. So, only 10 minutes late. Yes, that is true. I was actually here on time, but David was late. He was about 3 minutes late. And then I thought, what's 7 minutes to add to that? So now we're 10 minutes later. Here we are. Good to see everybody here. Ash, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Greenland is Denmark, says Dgen. Your name is Dgen. I only have big days, says GoTub Music. Where is Othman? There's a lot of stuff going on in the Dawa scene right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in Iran right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So I really wasn't sure what to talk about today specifically because there's so much to pick from and talk about. However, I thought among all the stuff that is going on, nuclear war, thousands of people killed in Iran, Dawa stuff, I thought the most important thing to talk about would, of course, be SNEAKO. So today we are here to talk about SNEAKO, what SNEAKO is doing, because SNEAKO is the face of Islam today. And this is not something that we have decided. It is something that Muslims have decided. Muslims have decided that they want to push SNEAKO, Mr. SNEAKO, as a representative of Islam, inviting him to their platforms, to their live streams, to their videos, to their conferences, to their speaker spots, to their places, to everywhere, and arguing because SNEAKO became a Muslim at some point because he thought Islam is based, that therefore other people should also convert to Islam and take an example from SNEAKO. Another example that the people used was Andrew Tate. They are not using him anymore. In fact, many people are saying that he's no longer a Muslim. I don't know what is true. I have, for example, from my own perspective, always argued that Andrew Tate never was a Muslim. And I have said that...
You can't judge the heart, man.
I've said that despite the fact that I think Islam is horrible and awful and disgusting, and Andrew Tate is also horrible and awful and disgusting. And even
They're made for each other.
Have said that Andrew Tate never, ever actually adopted Islam. He just adopted it to market himself and to appeal to populations that will simply blindly accept his horrible behavior and his horrible attitude, his horrible words, all his evil and all that. With SNEAKO, I'm a little bit more conflicted because...
Hold up. Before you move on to SNEAKO, on Andrew Tate. In Andrew's defense, what color is your Bugatti? That's what I thought. Andrew Tate 1, Apostate Prophet 0.
Fine. You got me there. You got me. Hey, you got me. Sounds like Bugatti. So,
you got me a Bugatti.
Andrew Tate is a sex trafficker, a human trafficker, and rapist. He has a tendency to sue people who say that. The last time he sued a bunch of people who said that he's a sex trafficker and rapist, the case was actually thrown out.
Yep.
So no fear on that, but I never had fear about that to begin with. I consistently said that he's a human trafficker.
Did you see that?
A rapist.
Did you see that stupid lawsuit?
Yes.
It was all like, and they said this, straight out of my video, and they said that, straight out of my video, and they posted this clip, straight from my course, and they did that, and he sued them for that.
Yeah,
just as a warning not to mess with him and stuff. Glad they fought it, because people can always back down and cry, and then he'll let them off the hook. Glad they fought it and won.
The funny thing is they directly brought as counter the fact that Andrew Tate himself said very, very openly and very clearly that he will sue people even if he's in the wrong, just to show them that he has the power, that he has money, and to make them back down.
Yeah, so, that's another top G move there. I'm gonna sue you with these frivolous lawsuits. But not only am I going to do that, I'm going to announce it that I sue people with completely frivolous lawsuits that have no basis just to make them spend money. So he said all of this. So all you have to do when he does it is go, Your Honor, here's what he said he does. He's doing this on purpose. What an
It's
idiot,
so
man.
funny because you see that kind of stuff in movies, in some movies, in older movies, in kids movies, and all that, where the villain just goes out and explains everything that he's going to do, and then of course naturally because the good guys know what he's going to do, they prevent it somehow. I always thought this kind of stuff only happens in movies, in kids movies, but then we have an actual idiot like Andrew Tate. Yeah, I will sue these. I will sue these people, even if everything they say about me is true. I will sue these. I will have a frivolous lawsuit, and I will sue them for millions of dollars, and they will get tired from it, and then they will back down, and they will be quiet, and they will realize that I am the king. I am the top G. And you bring it to the court, and the court is like, okay, we're throwing this out. Wait a minute, what happened?
I said it back in the day. I said it back when we were going through all the Andrew Tate's drama, but I was around a lot of inmates during the years I was locked up. I never even heard of anyone snitch on himself more than Andrew Tate. Like not even close. Like no one self-snitched like that guy.
It's also funny. Who's that lawyer again? Bruce something.
Bruce Rivers, is it?
Bruce Rivers, yeah, Bruce Rivers. So he's a criminal lawyer who analyzes criminals, people snitching on themselves and things like that. He says in his videos, in his analysis, that very often criminals are convicted because they at some point end up, due to their arrogance and their carelessness and all that, snitching on themselves, giving things, giving it away, and revealing their crimes and their guilt and their faults, and are then found guilty somehow. And he was pointing out that Andrew Tate does similar things because he's so arrogant, so narcissistic, so dumb in his arrogance that he ends up self-snitching. But even he was pointing out that what Andrew Tate is doing is like an unseen amount of self-snitching. For many, it's like it comes after you pushed him a little bit, but with him, it's like, I take these women and I trick them and I lie to them, I manipulate them, and I take all their money.
Yeah, he makes an entire course basically on how to commit the crimes. That would be like a bank robber, like bragging about robbing banks and then teaching an entire course on how he robs banks and how he did it and how he's gotten away with it all these years and stuff. Like that's the level of stupidity. But I have to say, and we were pointing out back then, and it applies to everyone else. It applies to Dawa, and then it applies to this new guy, Malik. But like think about Muhammad Hijab in court, right? This is what we're talking about back when it was Andrew Tate. It's if you're a manipulator, you're manipulating your fans, but they're conditioning you in return what you can get away with, right? Like I can say, Andrew Tate knows he can say one thing to his fans and they'll believe him, and then he can say the exact opposite a week later and they'll believe him. Just like Muhammad with his Quran revelations, he'd receive something and then a week later receive something that contradicted that, and they had no problem with it. Oh, no problem, abrogation. So Andrew Tate, he's around a bunch of idiot fans who believe anything he says, and then they think, oh, this is how the world is. The world believes anything I say. That was with Muhammad Hijab. Oh, as long as I thump my chest and act really arrogant and condescending and act like this, then everyone believes me. And then he goes into freaking court acting like that. He goes into court acting like that and doesn't realize, oh, someone outside your little sphere of stupidity and gullibility, that doesn't work anymore. And then you've got this Malik guy, and he's schooling all of us, and he's doing all this stuff, and it's his TikTok fans that believe him. Outside of that little sphere, everyone thinks he's a complete idiot, and it's just endless, man. It's like, man, people are completely out of touch with what other people think when they hear about it.
Pretty stupid. Pretty stupid. So, before we go further into this discussion of absolutely dumb Muslim converts, I want to highlight one thing, which is that as we speak in Iran, the people of Iran are still being massacred and are still being killed. And action on that is very, very much lacking. There has been There have been talks for weeks now of how America will intervene, of how Donald Trump will intervene on how this will end and all that. Unfortunately, no interference, no intervention has happened. We have just today a new report came out, or actually yesterday, a new report came out according to the Times, which says that it is that the Iranian report says, let me put this here, that over 16,500 people
Dang.
are dead in Iran. And Iran report says 16,500 dead in genocide under digital darkness. Witnesses tell of the brutality inflicted on those taking part in anti-regime protests. Here you have pictures of known people, among many other known people, who were brutally murdered, brutally killed in these in this massacre by the Islamic regime upon the people of Iran.
Dude.
Estimates say that it might be much higher, over 20,000.
Dude, we need to be making videos and talking about that. There's not a lot we can do, but we can inform more people about it. We can do our little part. But I mean, seriously, where are all the college protesters who somehow care about people over there?
Well, they don't care about people anywhere.
Yeah, the only protests I see are like Iranians.
Yeah,
it's Iranians protesting.
Iranians are protesting, and in the West, their allies who help the Iranians and who protest with them are usually right-wing activists or center activists. All the leftists who prominently care so much about civilians, about human lives, have been very, very quiet. In fact, many of them have actually supported the Islamic regime that kills Iranians. And one thing I want to point out is, so I will quickly summarize what happened here, but one thing I want to point out is how Muslims have been treating this whole situation. Muslims around the world and Muslim countries. Not a single Muslim country has spoken up against these massacres. No Muslim organization has spoken up. Muslims around the world have not spoken up for the freedoms and the protection and the safety of Iranians. Muslims are not condemning the Islamic regime. On the contrary, Muslims are supporting and standing with the Islamic regime as it murdered.
Isn't that wild? That's something I would not have expected, because they hate each other. The Sunni Gulf states and other places in the Muslim world, they hate Iran. I mean, they hate Iran. And as soon as you have people rising up and saying they want a democracy or they want the return of the Shah or something like that, all these other nations are like, no, we need to keep the Ayatollah in power. It's like, huh, I think you guys are getting slick here.
Yep. So the Islamic regime is committing a massacre against the Iranian people, and they're very, very much left on their own. And here is the thing. Khamenei, the supreme leader and the religious leader of the Islamic regime that tyrannically rules over Iran, actually said, we do not intend to lead the country toward war. However, we will not just let go of the criminals inside the country either. Worse than the internal criminals are the international criminals. We will not let go of them either. What this means is he's threatening Iranians inside, anybody who participates in the protests or who sides with them. He's threatening the population that he's supposed to be taking care of. And he's also threatening, of course, the international criminals, by which he could mean anything ranging from Reza Pahlavi, the crown prince, to Donald Trump, to Benjamin Netanyahu, to all the other countries. He's once again issuing threats, and we are simply waiting.
Quick question. What would the crime of these people be? Like trying to take over and expel this government? Is that it? Would that be their crimes? Okay. How did this government rise to power?
By overthrowing their government and locking up everyone.
And
imposing the system.
Huh. Okay. So wait, is that wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
So they did wrong.
Huh. So If they only rose to power through this horrible, evil, criminal actions, someone should get rid of this criminal regime.
You know, I'm very, very proud of America, and I'm proud to be an American, and I'm proud
Or
of
at least you know
this
you're
nation.
free.
And I think that America plays a great role in today's time of the role that that greater powers, empires, kingdoms, and all that played in history of actually imposing things onto countries where they need to be imposed. But our recent history with Iran has been very, very embarrassing, I must say. Here is Khamenei saying the US has made extensive preparations to orchestrate this sedition. This sedition was a prelude to even bigger schemes. The Iranian nation defeated the US. He's speaking and saying it's of course not the Iranian nation. He's saying the Iranian nation, but he's the leader of the Islamic regime, which 80% of Iranians hate, or possibly more. He is saying that he defeated, or that they defeated, the United States of America. He further says, that those involved in the sedition murdered people. He blames the protests on the U.S. and the Zionists when they are the majority of the Iranian population. And he once again threatens Donald Trump. He threatens the world. He demonizes and vilifies the United States of America. In response to all of this, what the United States does, or what Donald Trump does, is to say Khamenei is bad and he needs to be gone, he needs to be replaced. But what he also does is to say we thank the Islamic regime and Khamenei for not executing hundreds of people. And of course, this is going to be very unpopular once again among those who have this loyalist attitude toward Donald Trump. And I think that Donald Trump did some fantastic, great things. But the United States of America is, in a way, or has, in a way, encouraged the protests that happened in Iran. Donald Trump, when the protests started, said that that he supports it, that the people should keep protesting. He said that if the Islamic regime starts killing people, then the United States will step in and stop them. He said, and he spoke to Iranians directly and repeatedly and said, go out there and protest and, defy the Islamic regime. We are with you. He said, we are with you. He said, help will come. Nothing ever came. No help ever arrived. The United States of America, Donald Trump, encouraged these protests and said to them, go out and do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. We will come if they start killing you. According to the latest reports, 16,500 people have died, even according to the Times. The actual estimates are that over 20,000 people have been killed in these protests. In fact, you could say that some people exaggerated. You have the Wikipedia article now, which also references the accounts of the Iranian government itself, the Islamic government itself. Even the Islamic government says that over 5,000 people died in these protests. They admit it, but they blame it on America and Israel, when they were the ones who fired and shot and killed thousands of their own people. America encouraged it and did nothing. Trump could stay out of this all and then do nothing. That's one thing. But to encourage it, to send people to their deaths, and then to do nothing is shameful. I hope something is actually done. I hope something is actually done. I hope that America actually starts bombing the hell out of these Islamic regime facilities and empowers the people of Iran to get rid of this poison and to take over. Unfortunately, Donald Trump also has terrible advisors like J.D. Vance. So I don't know. Not sure what's going to happen. But so what? To summarize the situation, what happened is that Iranians went out and started protesting against the Islamic regime. The protests escalated because the majority of Iranians are sick of their Islamic regime, which rules over them brutally. They threaten to take down the Islamic regime. They don't want the Islamic regime anymore. The Crown Prince, Shah Reza Pahlavi, has encouraged people to go out into protest, to take him down. And what the Islamic regime did was to ignore all caution and ignore all threats from the United States, to shut down the internet completely and to start shooting and killing the Iranian population. This is described now as the largest massacre in modern Iranian history. And we just sat by here. When only 1,000 people died in Gaza at the very beginning, people everywhere started marching and saying, oh, it's a genocide, it's a genocide, it's a genocide. Apparently, this is just being tolerated like it's nothing. The world is full of hypocrites, man. Full of hypocrites. But anyway, let's get to super chats here before we continue with SNEAKO. Young Kus the Great says, if I didn't have epilepsy, I'd go to Iran and fight. Cool. Luke Blaze says, come with me and you'll be in a world of Quran desecration. Nice.
Oh, no, that's Willy Wonka. Come with me and you'll be in a world of Quran desecration.
I know. I wish you hadn't done that. The Tyrone Corbett says to the tune Bang Bang, zoot zoot, they pushed him down. Zoot zoot, Mo hit the ground. Zoot zoot, started to pound. Zoot zoot, 30 men's strength found. You have to improve that.
I don't know the Bang Bang song.
You don't know the Bang Bang song? Shame.
Although apparently all the double guys know about the Bang Bang.
Pol says SNEAKO orders drinks, smashing twinks. Nice. Nice. So there is the clip of SNEAKO ordering drinks. But people say that it is very misunderstood.
They say, no, he's ordering drinks for chicks. He's ordering chicks for drinks, which in another clip we'll see.
You mean drinks for chicks?
Yep. Another clip we'll see, he's been exposed because all the Dawa guys, including SNEAKO, apparently take girls back. And in the words of Malik, the ultimate Dawa snitch, they're out there smashing hoes, running trains on them and all this stuff.
Powerful.
Can I get Yeah, can I get a mojito, a Moscow Mule, and a tequila shot? Mojito, Moscow Mule, and tequila. Thank you.
So here he is ordering drinks. But of course, people are saying he's not ordering. Some people said he's not ordering for himself. He's ordering for the girls. Yeah. He ordered 3 drinks here, as far as I understand.
Can I get Yeah, can I get a mojito, a Moscow Mule, and a tequila shot?
So 3 drinks.
Yeah, there's 3 girls there. Not counting that one on the left. There's 3 girls behind SNEAKO. You can see their heads right there. See, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making a joke about SNEAKO.
No.
Okay. Okay, so
yeah, so buying alcohol for chicks is apparently 100% halal certified.
Certified halal. But the thing is, I have no issue with SNEAKO partying. Of course, Muslims have an issue with SNEAKO partying. They should have a problem with SNEAKO drinking. They should have a problem with SNEAKO partying with girls.
Smashing hoes, in the words of Malik the Dawa snitch.
They should have a problem with SNEAKO ordering drinks for girls. They should have a problem with SNEAKO going into an environment where they drink and club and party. I personally do not have an issue with it at all. But this is the transformed Muslim, apparently. So it's very, very, very cool. I have a much bigger issue with other things that were done during all of this.
Can I get Yeah, can I get a mojito, a Moscow Mule, and a tequila shot? Mojito, Moscow Mule, and a tequila. Thank you.
Because some people say these are clearly girl drinks, so that's a point that could be made. I don't know. That's a point that could be made. I have bigger problems with what SNEAKO has been engaging in here. Here's Nicolas Fuentes. Hey, Nicolas Fuentes! At his house, or at some house where they are.
I don't know what to expect. I don't even know what's going on. What?
The representation of Muslims, the Muslim convert, hangs out with this guy called Clavicular. I have no idea who
Yeah,
that is.
I'd never heard of that guy. I don't know if he's big on some platform. I saw someone share a tweet by him earlier. He's not terribly popular on X either. Although I'm sure after this he'll skyrocket in popularity or something.
He appears to be some coach. It's always this whole thing with people, man, going after these online coaches who make money by telling people what they should be doing, and nobody actually does it, and then they get rich. He's here with them, preparing for the party. Then they, of course, go get ready for the party, dress up.
I've never had alcohol before.
Talk about all kinds of funny, good stuff. Later on, they get into an environment where they meet up with more people like Andrew Tate and others. Here's the sex trafficker right next to him. This is the funny thing. These people have no problem with somebody who has openly sex trafficked and raped people and has also encouraged the complete abuse and dehumanizing of women, and who said that that being a family man, a family father, and all that is just garbage. You should bang as many women as possible, and you should make yourself rich while doing that.
Well, they all agree on some of the basics of women. I mean, there was a clip I saw early this morning, and it was Nick and SNEAKO, and Nick was saying agreeing with SNEAKO that Islam has it right about women. Islam's got it right on women. And so I responded. I said, you're saying they got it right about banging 9-year-old girls?
Nice. This is the very, very funny thing about people like this to me. They come out and they become popular because they want to teach men about masculinity. They have problems with degeneracy, with society and all that. And then the people that they idolize and turn into heroes are people who are the complete opposite of any of that. The complete opposite of tradition, the complete opposite of family values, the complete opposite of whatever the opposite of degeneracy is. They are the degeneracy. They are degeneracy personified. And they are still glorified as the heroes of masculinity or whatever it is. And this just this kind of feeds into my distrust of people who focus so much about narratives, who hyper focus so much on gender roles and masculinity and feminization of things, who want to teach people to be men. It's almost always really just an attempt to not really emphasize family values and not really emphasize traditional values or religious values or whatever it is that actually upholds and solidifies a society properly and its morals properly. It is just it is an attempt to go toward complete hedonism, to go toward just be men and do whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you anything. Go and use women for sex as much as you want. But then, hey, the next moment they're like, why are so many women becoming whores? So you use women as whores, and then you complain about why women are whores, for example, which is, I mean, even on the very basic level, it is so incredibly retarded. It is so incredibly retarded. You couldn't possibly reasonably hold the position that as a man you should just go out and just bang multiple women, and then the next moment complain about how women are being so sexual and all that. You are making it that way, and you are exploiting it. You are doing it. If you spend your life going out and trying to have sex with as many women as possible, if you go out and try to lure and attract and go into bed with as many women as possible, how and why would you expect to find women out there who are not, in your words, whores and sluts? That's what you are pushing for. That's what you are creating. That's what you are doing. If you if women were not whores and sluts and all that, then you wouldn't be able to go out and have sex with as many women as possible. You are directly using that, and then also complaining about that kind of stuff. People like this just I don't know. It's so disgusting, dumb, ridiculously idiotic. It's so devoid of any sense, of any reasoning, of any morality.
Yeah, it's hey, we can show you how to be a degenerate loser who spends his entire life partying and banging girls, and yeah, just follow me and you can become. And people don't realize, no, guys, you can't have tens and tens of thousands of people all just follow this guy and then it's going to work out for everybody. It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's probably some critical mass of how many degenerate losers can be, walking around as millionaires and just partying their entire lives. Like if you're some dork sitting in his basement going, oh, if I just watch this guy, then I'm going to become like that. No, you're not, dude. No, you're not.
So exactly, these people only exist because of how modern women have acted for decades. No, you got it completely wrong. You got it completely wrong. And you are doing the very same thing here and blaming it all on women. Women are not the reason why these people are like this. These women many women can be, most women are not, and many women can be that way because of this, because of the persistence of attitudes like these, like whatever these bastards and these idiots here uphold. It's not about women, it's not about men, it's not the fault of women, it's not the fault of men, it is the fault of people going into the direction of just being complete degenerate assholes and creating this very society in which everybody behaves like that, behaves devoid of morals and behaves destructive and retarded. It's not the women's fault. It's not the fault of the women. Women are not the fault. Women are not at fault for why men behave in these ways. You're taking agency away from men and treating them like mindless idiots. Basically, that's what you're doing. So anyway, let's continue with super chats here. Shout out to everyone who's made a Zut joke this year. Indeed, shout out. Ashmace, happy feast day of Saints Cyril and Athanasius. Happy. Abu Bakr El Puff Daddy, is SNEAKO about to have a bad weeko?
No, I mean, who doesn't know this by now? Like, who doesn't know that this is how SNEAKO's rolling?
SNEAKO is having a very good weeko by his own standards.
Yeah, SNEAKO is way too important because of his following for them to really, really tell him to step out of Dow.
Sar said there are a lot of good women out there. Get out of the basement. I agree fully and wholeheartedly. Super duper cool, awesome women bad. LOL. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. It takes two to tango, exactly. Steve Senate says, in Turkish schools, is the Celtic migration into Galatia mentioned? I read that the Celts split off centuries ago with one branch migrating to Galatia. It's very funny. I was having a very, very long conversation about this stuff earlier today. So to my understanding and my memory, in Turkish schools, at least on the high school level, it is not very much discussed in detail. But there are obvious references which I've always wondered about and then had to independently research. But I don't think it is actually much discussed in Turkish history books or any of that. But and for example, you have in Istanbul, it is a prominent thing that a neighborhood, a section of Istanbul is called Galata. You have the Galata Tower, which is a clear reference to these populations, like to Galatia and all that, to the Galatian migrations, the Celtic migrations. It is not very much discussed in detail, so you usually have to do that research independently on your own. Turkish schools are not very well known to be places of a great education. Yo, Johanna, wait a minute, what? Yo, the cops on God Logic.
What?
The cops on God Logic? What?
I'm
what
gonna go
cops?
check it out.
Are you saying copes or cops? Are there cops over there? What's happening?
I'm about to find out, man.
I know that God Logic is live right now.
Oh yeah, cops.
What the hell?
What, they called the cops on him? Come on,
Fail.
man. Bunch of
But
cowards.
I tried to grab it. I picked it back up. I gave him back his phone.
All of you guys
that was
that are talking from the sidelines, you guys can stand here and you guys can record. I don't care. But if I'm not talking to you,
yeah. So that
I'm talking to this gentleman.
Yeah.
No, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, buddy.
Wait, why did the police come in?
Don't know.
Was an early scholar, lived at the time of Imam Bukhari.
You know what? You know what?
He lived at the same time. So, حدثنا علي بن ثابت.
Po.
Come on. Yeah.
Why you running away? Why you running away? Why you running?
Continue.
Why you
Oh,
running?
okay. عن خطاب بن قاسم.
Oh, was someone running his mouth or something?
قال, he says,
Because God Logic's walking away from someone but trying to continue a conversation with this dude.
I was going
Of course.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
SNEAKO, please. Can we talk to you?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, first of all, why do we have to do this?
Because we're debating, Muslims and Christians debating.
All right, cool. Okay, can we get privacy or?
I
don't care if we talk in front of the cameras,
Sure.
honestly, but if you guys could just back up a little bit, that's fine. You guys can keep all the cameras out. I really don't care.
Okay.
What's going on? Why is he telling what's going on?
Well, he was over here harassing my wife, and I asked him to move away from her. She asked him to move away from her. He would not move away from her.
Hey,
So,
can you just go stand over there with my partner? I'll talk to this fine.
yeah. So he would not move away from her after she asked him to move away.
Okay.
Wait, the Muslim actually called the police here to help? God, are you people such pathetic losers and weaklings wherever you go, man? What's wrong with you?
No, what do you mean?
Absolute
No, what do you mean?
losers.
He's saying someone was harassing his wife. So what even happened?
Asked him to move away. He would not move away. Kept bumping shoulders with her, trying to block the camera. And so then that's when I came and I took him by his shoulder and I moved him to the side away from my wife.
Oh, they called the cops on
Touch
that?
him, drag him, slap.
Yeah, so the Muslim guy called the cops.
Yeah, called him on God Logic because God Logic made him step away from his wife. Back in the day, man, you could have handled that very differently. Snitches. Oh, you see that? People are saying Muslim are snitches. Ha 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 ha.
Trying to block the
Oh, this is gonna
camera.
be funny, man.
And so then that's when I came and I took him by his shoulder and I moved him to the side away from my wife. So I didn't punch him, drag him, slap him, I didn't do anything like that. So
He said that also you smacked his hand and hit
well, I grabbed his phone out of his hand because he came and was doing the same thing again. Came right back after I gently moved him away. He then came right back here again and kept doing this. So what I did, and he tried to grab mine. So then I grabbed his phone, and it fell. But I tried to grab it. I picked it back up. I gave him back his phone.
All of you guys
but that was
that
it.
are talking from the sidelines, you guys can stand here and you guys can record. I don't care. But if I'm not talking to you,
Yeah, we know we're allowed to record, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense to everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's what took place. I hope that he was honest about what he was doing and what he's causing the ruckus.
So until we can figure out the whole situation,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna ask that you and your wife, you guys stay put. Okay, you're not under arrest as of right now. You're not in any trouble.
Mhm.
We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Sure.
If anyone around,
Big tough Muslims, man.
they would like
Police, kafir, police, come protect us from God Logic.
right now, you're not free to leave. You're just detained. You're not under arrest. But I am gonna have you stick around.
Sure.
Does anyone have any video evidence?
there's like 6 cameras here.
I see that. Yeah. Does anyone have any video evidence of what actually happened?
Yeah, everybody was recording. So
Okay.
we have this angle.
Can someone show me a video? Is someone willing to show me a video and stop whatever recording you're doing so that I can watch it?
You probably had the angle. Did you have the angle facing the crowd or only on me?
Yeah, we have the video.
Somebody should have an angle facing me.
I want to catch up with
Yo, AP,
what?
you free tomorrow?
Yes.
I might go ahead and watch all of this tonight, and we could stream on it tomorrow and
Yeah.
go through everything for
Inshallah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Highlights. Want to go through highlights tomorrow?
200.
Inshallah, catch up with live. Let's see what happens. What's happening right now?
So Jesus, you can read it out loud.
The police is currently investigating, and they're still discussing and debating.
So Jesus was praying on the top of the mountain when Iblis came to him and said, "Are you the one who claims that everything happened?"
Damn, man. They actually called the police. That's very,
Yeah,
very
look
funny.
at that. I mean, I guess that's the new pattern. God Logic knew that Sheikh Uthman was back in town, because he said so. They wanted to debate him in person. Inspiring Philosophy and God Logic told Sheikh Uthman, pick any partner he wants. He backed down because he's a coward, refused to debate them. Then he just does a little live stream on his own. Why is everyone running from me? They're all running from me. I'm so brave. Like a sniveling little coward. And then God Logic The next day, today, goes and shows up at his Dawa booth because he knows he's in town. Sheikh Uthman is hiding, will not go near his Dawa booth because he knows God Logic is in town. And then I guess the new strategy is harass God Logic's wife until he makes you move and then call the police and go, oh, police, help us. God Logic's here. Oh, this is a bad start to a really bad year for Dawa, guys.
It's a bad weeko.
Bad weeko.
Bad weeko. Man. God Logic cooking as always. Nice. What am I supposed to watch? God Logic is cooking, and AP is going to talk about Nazis hanging out, gay Nazis hanging out. So
you can watch here now because we will review the God Logic stream tomorrow. That's interesting. Think even right now he's got 6,500 people watching live. Man, that's what happens when he shows up to Sheikh Uthman's Dawa booth, and the coward Sheikh Uthman probably hiding under a table somewhere.
No, if you want to go watch God Logic, I will never say stay here instead. You can go watch that or watch this, and then you can watch that later or watch our review of it tomorrow. Whatever you want. God Logic is a fantastic guy, a friend, an amazing debater. So
top notch, man, top notch. God Logic is the future.
Nice. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, if the trajectory continues, time travel will beat demonic possession in the desert, but not in the Al-Zud sense, nor in the way of the Warner. Hey, I had not, when on the weekend, or not on the weekend, when a few days ago, we reviewed Candace Owens.
Candace.
And we looked at the stuff that he said, he said. Hey, I said he. It's because Candace is actually a man. People don't know this. Candace is actually a man. Anyway, when we were looking at the things that Candace or Mandis said, I wasn't aware that Candace, he also made the claim that people like Elon Musk and others are probably a bunch of AI robots or something like that. Have you seen that?
I've seen people posting on X. I haven't looked into it at all.
So she said that there are probably a bunch of AI-operated robotic people living in this world among us, pretending to be humans, and that Elon Musk is possibly one of them, and that if you stab them, there probably won't be any blood coming out of them or something like that, which is pretty messed up. Imagine what that could encourage.
Mm-hmm.
Some crazy lunatic could very well go and try and stab one of those people to see if blood comes out. Because there are actually, as ridiculous as it sounds, people who believe this kind of nonsense.
Yeah, and remember, just the other day I was saying the next step will be saying there are lizard people, and they didn't go with lizard people, they went with robots.
Yeah.
Like you can just predict, like, what is the absolute most insane, dumbest thing they can come up with next? And you come up with the most absurd idea that you would just use to mock them, and then they do it anyway.
When I severely and significantly underestimated the insanity of all of it several months ago, I would have probably joked about them possibly claiming that that lots of people among us are just AI robots and all that. And now she's actually saying that kind of stuff. I would have probably joked about her claiming that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler and was killed by time traveling agents. She actually said it. And there are still millions of people watching it and be like, yeah, she's making a very good point. Whoa, Candace Owens is uncovering the truth. He's uncovering the truth that Charlie Kirk was a time traveler. Dude, we're so doomed.
Pretty bad. And every time you're like, oh, now she said something that's so freaking insane, so insanely insane that even her fans will notice.
Nope.
Oh, Candace Owens says that Charlie Kirk came through time on a magic time dragon, all to find me so that I could change the world and expose all this. And people, oh, well, great point, Candace. Oh, you're so smart.
I can show you the world. Andrew Tate has federal warrant in Florida pending. Nice. David, would I send you an email with video proof that Sheikh Uthman is a lying hypocrite? Check it out now. Use it to expose him even more. Love you and AP. Says
if you're talking about I'm not sure. I think you have a different name on there, but yeah, it was pointing out Sheikh Uthman back in the day, if that's the same one, Sheikh Uthman back in the day, we asked him, hey, why aren't you debating Christian Prince? Christian Prince said, call into a show and debate him. Why are you saying he's running? And he goes, I'm not calling into anyone's show where he controls the mute button. It's like, wait a minute, that's what you're telling all of us to do and saying we're cowards for not doing on your show. So yeah, that would be hypocrisy, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
So today, apparently, Turning Point USA sent cease and desist orders, letters to a bunch of people, and good. They probably should do that because
should have done that a long time ago.
The lies have gone way too far, and they have gotten out of hand. Hey guys, I love the show where you ripped the Quran like the Alut ripped up Mo when he went to collect the jizya.
Well, if you like that, be sure to tune in later this week for our first installment of the Quran Demolition Ranch.
Very, very rude. Who does stuff like that to a book, man? It's a beautiful book with a lot of information and wisdom in it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that kind of stuff? Why would you do this, man? What's wrong with you? Demonic possession is the Dr. Maloink of time travel. True, very, very much. Es mi Segura says Bugattis are pathetic. Tacos are the real thing now. Also, AP, why are you hanging out with this fake Mexicano? Where's my hermano Miguel? I don't know. Apple Baker Al Pathetic, you see time travel is hot, demonic possession is not. That's true. If I didn't have epilepsy, I'd go to Iran myself. Me too. Haj Rayan Al-Ghazlani says, sorry, I can't hear you over all the woke college kids protesting for the Iranians. The Quran is such a stupid book.
That's Eric's video. You didn't see Eric's video, man?
No, I haven't.
Dude, are you kidding me? It was awesome. But yeah, it's all about him feeding the Quran to farm animals and stuff. But there's a line: the Quran is such a stupid book. E-I-E-I-O. It's a banger, man. You should just play it, man. Just play it. We've been playing it and getting requested every time.
I don't play videos that I haven't seen before. They hate revolution more than Shia Islam, says user. Thank you. What can USA actually do for Iran? How to intervene? Well, start with bombing IRGC, Islamic regime, locations, facilities, military. In fact, one thing that you could do is to bomb the tomb of Khomeini.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything like sending in troops, but yeah, I'd be bombing the crap out of them. I'd let them know anytime you're killing protesters, you were taking out another something.
Actually, I was
and I would say, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. So
this is the mausoleum of Khomeini, the leader of the Islamic Revolution. Some people have argued that it could be very well used, and most Iranians would probably agree with taking this and turning it into a business center, which Donald Trump himself could use.
Oh, mall. Yeah, I saw them saying that. Hey, Donald Trump, help us win, and you can have this property. That's pretty funny. Look at that behind it, man. Could be a beautiful golf course right there. Oh, okay. I guess I will start bombing then.
He could have a Trump Tower right there in the middle of it instead of this thing. It could be pretty cool, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it looks like
Trump casino.
I'd kind of keep those minarets because it looks like they're flipping everybody the bird.
Yeah.
But why do they have a big zabuba right in the middle? Hmm?
Why would they do that?
They got one big zabuba surrounded by 4 phalluses.
Yeah, there was this popular tweet promising this building to Donald Trump, which he could then use for his own purposes, and that was quite good. I think Donald Trump should take advantage of that, but I also think that this should be given to somebody just as or it should be divided into different sections that Iranians could themselves use to, live or make business or something like that. Because right now it's dedicated to Khomeini, the leader of the Islamic Revolution, who was a pedophile and a goat rapist, at least in thought. So, anyway, let's get back to Super Chat for a second. Mosh Cohen, as a Kurdish Jew, it's heartbreaking to see what's currently taking place in Syria. While I'm glad Iran gets coverage, the Daesh government in Syria unnoticed. Nice. From around the corner, it's getting very hostile in God Logic's life.
No, it's
That was
not. It's
before we
been
looked at
buffering
it.
for like 8 minutes.
Muhammad and the Warner have a lot in common. Don't bend over near them. I'm not making excuses for the inaction of the U.S. However, don't lose hope, says Nathan Beard. The USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is still en route toward the Persian Gulf. Well, the thing is that, as said, when Trump started talking, there were very few deaths, maybe a dozen or a few dozen. By now, 20,000 people seem to have died in Iran in the protests. And they were encouraged to go out there with the hope that something's going to happen. Kemal Oz, Giuliani and Erdogan are killing the Kurds, and this White House is doing nothing. The Kurds in Syria were the only ones we could trust to fight ISIS, and they paid a dear price. We keep on betraying them. Sad. Now, the thing is, everyone is kind of sick of Syria, you know. It might sound very cruel, and it might sound very... it might not sound good from a Kurdish perspective, but everyone is really, really sick and tired of Syria. Everyone is tired of Syria. Nobody wants to be in Syria. Nobody wants the US to be in Syria. The US doesn't want to be in Syria. Syria is a whole mess. And unfortunately, the US did. I'm not sure what words to use there, but did treat the situation with the Kurds in Syria very, very poorly and badly. That said, I would in no way encourage in any way going in there again. But putting sanctions on Turkey, for example, and on Syria would be something. Mike Winger uploaded another 6-hour video. Nerd. Hey, nice. Now I have something to watch later. As Miss Segura says, the Segura cartel would love to teach Nicolas Fuentes a few lessons. Trump, please deport him back to us. Findingino says, I look forward to meeting you two at DebateCon. See you soon. Iranians should broadcast the Adhan every 20 minutes. Then after a day when they are exhausted, make a move. That's pretty cool. Something going on, David? You look like something. Duavius. Clav is looks maxing streamer who famously admitted to using methamphetamines to combat body fat. I also heard that he uses a hammer to smash his own face or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at this here and think, if this is what you want to look like, I'm really not interested, I'm really not, like, what's the purpose?
Look at his pant legs, man.
I know. It's so ridiculous. It's like so laughable.
Hey, did that dude accidentally wake up and put Nick Fuentes pants on?
The funny thing about this is, I can respect this whole metrosexual, I want to look as cool, as nice, as slick as possible kind of attitude, but you're doing this basically to impress other men. That's what you're doing it for. Let's be serious about it. You're doing this to impress other men and to maybe for a few years have sex with women, and then it's over. From then on, it's just about, oh, I did this. Look how cool I looked when I was young, when I impressed all these other men. You're basically all gay. You're all a bunch of gay people. You're all a bunch of gay men who get together and want to impress each other. That's what you're doing this for. And some of it might look slick and nice and all that. And of course, sure, that's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Maybe I want to dress up like that sometime. Actually, I don't. But, if you want to do that and if you have the dedication to it and the discipline for it, it's all very, very impressive, man. Very, very, very impressive. But it's also very fleeting. A few years of that and then it's all gone. And then you can sit together with all the men and impress each other and look at each other and be like, hey, I really like your style. Oh, no, I like your style. Hey, what are you using? Hey, what are you doing? You're all a bunch of gay people, man. You're all a bunch of gay men. All treating women like trash and only caring about impressing each other with cars and with clothes and with routines that include very, very strange behavior just so you can get the approval of other men. You are all gay.
Like a bunch of peacocks strutting their feathers to each other.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
They're all gay. They're all gay, man. I don't care how many.
Look at my suit. Look.
I don't care how many women you have. You are gay. I don't care how many women Andrew Tate had sex with. It's very, very gay. And he has sex with the women, and the sex with the women is just something to use to
That's what he
impress
said.
other men. It's just something to use to
Yeah.
impress other. Like, hey, I had sex with this many women. Yeah, so many women. They want to have sex with me. I have sex with them, and I hate them. I don't like them. They're a bunch of stupid idiots. Women are stupid. They're just to be used. Just to be used for what? To impress other men. You are using women to impress other men, because all you care about is actually the love and the respect and the company of other men who are just as gay as you. You are a bunch of gay people. You're a bunch of gay men. And it's okay. Just go out there and say, hey, we are gay. I love touching and loving and impressing other men who dress just like me, who also don't care about women, who also only use women to impress me. We are all gay for each other. Hey, I'm Andrew Tate. I'm gay. I'm gay, man. I'm so gay. I hate women. I don't like women. I just have sex with them because of power, because I want other men to respect me and to love me and to like me. I want gay men to love me. You're all a bunch of gay people, man. Oh, man. How is this impressive, man? I think this goes really hard when you have, like, very low IQ or something. I don't know. Paul, nice. Nick, nice. Yeah. Nick Notate is pornographer. There's a recording. Yeah, they know that, but they don't care when they get together, and they can all impress each other because they're gay.
That was interesting. I keep every couple of minutes checking the stream to see how it's going. But yeah, Avery just there was a Muslim walking around, even in front of the police officer, and Avery kind of stepped to the side and he goes and he said, "Just so y'all know, you get too close, I'm gonna have to defend myself." So interesting.
I mean, you could say that you could say this, Atheo Chica, but you could also say that this is basic reasoning, right? It's basic logic. I mean, everybody knows this. Can you deny it? Can anybody deny it? From their own words, they have sex with women because of the numbers, because of the power. And who are they trying to impress with that? Other men. So what they actually care about is other men, not women. Everything they do is for the approval of other men. And why are they doing that? It's because they're gay. If they were not gay, they would actually have some love for the women. But they don't. They only have love for other men because they're gay. They're all gay. Andrew Tate, gay. SNEAKO, gay. This carnivorar, gay. Myron Gaines, gay. They're all gay.
You know what? This reminds me of the whole, because you weren't following most of the situation with Malik snitching on everybody and so on, but he's pointing out, so he was snitching on the Warner for a bunch of stuff. The Warner, he has like over 600,000 subscribers on YouTube and stuff for his powerful Dawa videos. But he pointed out that Malik, since he's a former rapper, failed rapper, the Warner thinks that he knows how to like get in the Illuminati and stuff. And Malik said the Warner said he's willing to take it up the butt to get into the Illuminati because he thinks that's like some sort of, he heard all the Diddy stuff and he thinks that's like initiation rituals. And he's saying he's willing to be initiated by taking it up the butt. So this guy's volunteering to take it up the butt and stuff. But then he said that he called them out. He called out the Warner and all these other guys for being in a club with a bunch of trans women and so on. So they're kind of into that. And he was saying the Watcher likes to, I called him the Watcher because he likes to sit in a chair watching the other Dawa guys. This is Malik's words, run a train on a girl they picked up at the club and so on. But I mean, think about this. So you got the Warner saying he'll take it up the butt. At the club with trans people, and he likes to sit there and watch in the chair and so on. And so you think, but Malik also talks about the Warner smashing hoes and stuff like that. And it's like, is that just pretend, right? Like, are you only having sex with the girls so that you can pass it off to the guys as, oh, see, I'm straight, even though I keep saying the gayest stuff anyone else has ever said.
Look at this picture and tell me it's not the gayest thing you've ever seen.
Well, apart from the other stuff that you just showed of these guys.
This is the gayest thing ever, man.
Yeah, and Andrew Tate was like, "Hey, can I be the meat in your ab sandwich?
This is so gay.
I want to be the peanut butter in your ab sandwich."
And then look at this here. Look at this. Look at his behavior, his mannerisms, and look at how he comes in, what he wears.
I'll tell you the most important things in life. First thing is health, because you don't have shit if you're dead. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how much you love your friends. It doesn't matter how nice.
I'm telling you, AP, it doesn't matter. You gotta be healthy, and that's why I eat nothing but wheatgrass. Wheatgrass stew, wheatgrass soup, wheatgrass kebabs. I drink nothing but wheatgrass juice.
I gotta tell you something, okay? What you have to care most about is your health, right? Nothing else matters. Nothing matters. It's your health, right? And this is totally not gay. Gay. And then, of course, there's the notorious speech about what kind of women he prefers. Let's listen to that for a second.
I prefer women who have testicles and something above those testicles. Leave that to your own imagination.
Would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else. But they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the 10. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy. That's the girl. This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number 1, did it? You're going to fuck Hulk Hogan. Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. He's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it.
So you get the message from here, right?
Yeah, you heard it from Andrew Tate. You heard it from Andrew Tate, guys.
If he looks really, really good, then you should have sex with that one.
Yeah.
Even if it's a man.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it, AP. That's gay. He went to the extremes. He doesn't need to go to the extremes. He could say a 6 with a penis versus a 4 with a vagina. Well, one is hotter than the other, so why wouldn't you do that? That was his reasoning. This is Andrew Tate shaming people for saying they would not want to not prefer Megan Fox with a penis.
And then there's this one here. I mean, I'm sorry, but anyone who says this is gay. Sex is for making children. Any man who has sex with women because it feels good is gay. No, you are gay.
Seems like he's seriously discouraging sex with women.
You actually feel good when you have sex with women. What's wrong with you?
But dude, guess what? That's exactly what they say in Afghanistan. All these soldiers who came back and special forces guys who came back, and they said it's just a free-for-all over there. They're saying like 70 to 80% of the male population is banging other dudes. And they say, they have some sort of saying that's along the lines of men are for fun or boys are for fun or something like that. Women are for reproducing. So it's like when you want to just have sex for fun, you go with a man or a boy, and you only have sex with a woman just because you need to produce offspring and so on. Andrew Tate saying, yes, they're absolutely correct. What a great point.
Brother, you just described the groypers. Well, that is a fact. I mean, groypers are generally people who hate women and who spend time only with each other and then blame the Jews for it all. And I have to say, I mean, we don't have to, qualify and condition it all. If you hate women, you are gay. That's it. It's pretty simple. If you hate women, you are gay. I mean, if you hate women, no matter how you justify it, you're probably gay. It's pretty obvious. Don't respond to it. Don't make excuses for it. You're gay. It's pretty obvious that you're gay. From around the corner, cop's gonna pull up everyone. LOL. Darn it! I'm 30 minutes late to this stream. You shouldn't, Kit Kat, for Christ. Shouldn't. God Logic should have called ICE or one of the Bushes. New member Johan Blimu, welcome to the club. Camden, Quran tearing time can't do that logic. I actually want to watch one clip of SNEAKO and talk about how messed up these people are. There is some copyright issue here, which I'm kind of slightly concerned about.
Well, do you need to hear them talking?
However,
oh yeah, they're playing the Kanye song, right? I heard about that.
Here's Caligula, or whatever his name is. Here's Tristan Tate.
Caldorcula.
Here is Nicolas Fuentes.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the cool guys now. So all this stuff about not hanging out with degenerates and so on, changed my mind about that. Because we're on the same page when it comes to Jews.
Here's Moron Gays, who's doing a Hitler salute right here. He's doing the Roman salute right here, the Nazi salute. Because this guy is so retarded that he actually thinks that he can act like a Nazi. Under the Nazis, this guy would be sterilized. Or worse. They would collect him and they would sterilize him to make sure that this guy wouldn't have any babies with anybody. To cleanse the German Aryan society. Because he is black or blackish or mixed, they would most definitely sterilize him or directly put him into a camp because he's a hopeless case and kill him. And he is here glorifying Nazis and Hitler every day because he doesn't actually know anything. He doesn't know anything about the Nazis. He doesn't know anything about history. He doesn't know anything about Hitler. He doesn't know anything about anything at all. He just does things that appeal to stupid people, to stupid and hateful people. That's what he does. I mean, I don't know where to begin. I don't want to start lecturing people on Hitler again. I know it is one of my favorite topics.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, and AP's always the same. Oh, but his speeches were so powerful. Oh, okay, maybe I can disagree with him on this or that, but his speeches.
And I have read Mein Kampf several times. I'm very, very familiar with the history and the actions of the Nazis. If you actually read Mein Kampf itself, it's already sufficient to get an idea of what Hitler thinks about race mixing, what he thinks about black people, what he thinks about black people or dark-skinned people living in European countries.
But what about Mexican? What about us?
Yeah, because that's actually relevant to me as well, since my real name is David Segura, apparently.
You know what? Hitler referred to people like him as bastards who were simply planted in the West to lower the intellectual, but most importantly, genetic and racial makeup of the superior, pure white population by the Jews, because everything has to be about Jews, right? So the Jews apparently brought in all the black people and the race and the mixed people to pollute and bastardize white society. That is basically what Hitler thought about these people. And he thought that the solution to all of this is to sterilize them or otherwise simply get rid of them, kill them, gas them. That's what he thought. And here you have one of these guys. Here you have a Sudanese black guy coming and praising the Nazis and Hitler.
Because it's cool, but it's cool though, and people think, wow, so base when I do it, and so look at me.
Why do you sound like a South Park character?
I don't know. I can't even think of what Myron sounds like, but that's the voice that is in my head for what he would be like, based on his personality.
He said beast. And of course, there's, speaking of gay, there's also, of course, the evidence for Myron Gaines cuddling with guys and smooching them and bleeding his naked body on them and all that. It's always the same, man. It is always them, the gays. So, it's always the gays. So anyway, they got together, SNEAKO, Nick Fuentes, and these others, singing Kanye's song, which goes Heil Hitler.
Jews mad! Jews mad!
Jews mad.
I would do like you're doing it there, playing it in like 2-second installments to avoid. Look, they apparently listen to the song a bunch.
They
all
know
the words.
They love it. They shout Heil Hitler together.
Jews mad! Jews mad!
The funny thing is, I listened to that song, and it's like one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. I have no idea what even happened there when that song was put out. The only redeemable quality about it is that it has a pretty solid beat. Other than that, it's just vomiting of complete nonsense. But they're proud of it because it's called Heil Hitler. Also produced by and made by a black guy who would probably be sterilized in Nazi Germany. And SNEAKO is a proud and happy part of it. Look at how SNEAKO is, how happy SNEAKO is about it. Look at his happy little face. Wait, not Caligula, I mean SNEAKO. Here's SNEAKO. Isn't it beautiful? The new Nazis of today's time. If Hitler came back and he saw all of this, he would kill himself again. If Hitler came back and saw this, these guys getting together and shouting, Heil Hitler, he'd probably be like, all right, I'm out of here. This is unbearable. Unbearable. He would kill himself again. He would not stay here for a second. He would do it immediately. You think he wants to come here and see this nonsense? He would kill himself again. You always have this alliance between the Nazis and the Muslims and the gay men. Jay Pendragon, at least they actually called them this time instead of lying. Powerful. Ashmays, their Dawa guys are cowards, but in their defense, their prophet was zooted. Not sure what point I was trying to make there. Well, anyways.
That's probably the best defense you could give.
Yeah, that's true. Allah is best of SNEAKO, Surah Al-Imran 354. Nice. Best of SNEAKOs. I mean, deceivers. That's nice. Glocky Bo. Muslims, me big, me strong. Also Muslims, help, please.
I know. They're never going to live this down. I mean, imagine. So, Sheikh Uthman, too scared to actually debate them yesterday. Too scared to show up to his own Dawa booth today because he hears God Logic's there waiting on him. And then 3, they call the cops on God Logic. Bunch of freaking cowards from beginning to end. And everyone's saying, watch Sheikh Uthman show up tomorrow. Yo, I'm here. Where's God Logic? Oh, he's running from me. What a joke. He literally spent the entire weekend, yesterday and today, ducking God Logic. And then watch. Then later on, where you at, bro? Where you at? I was ready, man. I was ready. And then his stupid friend, yeah, he was ready. Why is God Logic so scared?
I'm basically recycling my own jokes here. I already made this joke earlier, by the way. If Hitler came back and saw this, he would kill himself again. So, look at this, man.
Ending oneself is no laughing matter, AP.
Well, it's kind of funny. So, Jeff MCP Herson. What?
Hey. And if Hitler came back today, he would have one more testicle than all these guys combined.
Oh, man. Welcome to the club. Johanna, did David Wood get the flamethrower?
I don't know. That's Thaddeus who's checking on the flamethrower. AP,
so.
Yeah, the idea is, AP, that as a convicted felon, I'm not allowed to use a firearm. But they didn't say one word about not having a flamethrower. Therefore, Thaddeus is trying to rent a flamethrower for the demolition ranch.
Nice.
No, it's supposed to be A is for Aisha, Z is for Zoot. Oh, you got the Al. A is for Al, Z is for Zoot. Okay, so yeah, this is recommending an entire children's book just on the topic of al-Zut.
Nice.
A is for al, Z is for Zut.
I want to check out this clip here very quickly because it just came up. This is from before the protests, from Khamenei's speech, the supreme leader of Iran. There are some people who actually think that all of this is propaganda, that that the Islamic regime that is ruling over Iran is not anti-American and is not a threat, like is not our enemy and all that. Here's them in their own words.
گله میکنن که چرا ملت ایران میگن مرگ بر آمریکا. اولا بنده این رو
For those who can't hear it,
we can hear
so
it.
they said death to America. The U.S. authorities complain and ask, why do Iranians say death to America? Says Khamenei.
میگن مرگ بر آمریکا. اولا بنده این رو برای حضرات بزرگان آمریکایی روشن کنم. مرگ بر آمریکا یعنی مرگ بر ترامپ و جان بولتون و پومپئو.
So, death to America means death to Trump, to John Bolton, to Mike Pompeo. It means death to American rulers. That's what he says. But they repeatedly shout, death to America, death to America, death to America. Or sometimes they shout death to Israel, but it's mainly death to America. That is the Islamic regime. They are the enemy.
Hey, what's that in your background, man?
What's my background?
I don't know. It looks like a cross with, but it's got Arabic on it. Is that the Bible in Arabic?
No, it's the Lord's Prayer in Arabic.
Oh, dope.
You can find that. It goes, Abana alladhi fi as-samawati liyataqaddas ismuk liyati. Yeah, so I found it kind of cool. Now you made me drop it, man. What's wrong with you?
All right, everyone. Welcome to the D Wood Show. AP embarrassing himself. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, we have to say that as your background is way better than the 99 Names of Allah ornament.
That's true. Looks better.
Although, if you asked Andrew Tate which one he'd prefer, he's a Muslim, so he'd go with the 99 Names ornament.
Very, very nice. That's true. Mason the Red Man, Islam must be banned worldwide. Very rude. Recycle bin AI says make the dome into a... Very rude. I left the Democrat Party after seeing all their hypocrisy. Very, very rude. Convert the mosque into a strip club and name it Oh My Hyman, Al Muhaymin. Very, very rude. Jemima Puddle Glum, have we named the monkey yet? If not, I have a few ideas. Curious Jihad, Momo Jojo, Grape Ape, Banana Split, and Junior.
Yeah, what were you thinking, man? What were you thinking? Because me and Thaddeus went through the opening statements and the rebuttals, and then the whole monkey scene, man, the whole monkey scene. But you were like stoic and deadpan the entire time. He's trying to shove things into a monkey's mouth, and you're just like, so anyway, my second point is blah 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 blah.
I don't know, man. I just wanted to make the point. When I went into the debate, I thought to myself, okay, this Junior is a complete idiot, complete imbecile, also a terrible person. I could go into the debate just assuming that and dealing with that. Or I could go into the debate ignoring the fact that I'm already familiar with Junior, like many others will, because they're not familiar with Junior, and will simply make my point to the audience, no matter what Junior says and does. And I think that's kind of what I was doing there. And the result was actually very, very nice. Because people heard what I think and what I say. People heard the facts about the situation. And then in comparison, people heard and saw whatever the heck a Junior represents. Go Bears, says Mason the Red Man. Kit Kat for Christ. Yeah, I'm not happy with Trump at the moment. Neither am I. Luke Blaze, Malik puts the gay in gangster. Am I right? Canadian A says, gayest group of straight guys I've ever seen, and I was in the Canadian Navy. Mike Rochwinger. Imagine if Mike Winger was at this dumb meetup. Mike Winger would never go there. Mike Winger is a person of upstanding moral character. He would never do something like that. Have some respect for Mike Winger. Sean Lopez, have you heard of John Bevere? Keep walking with Christ. What?
No, I just watched because the cop's over with God Logic, and he gave him a citation that he has to appear in court. But he also gave a citation to the Muslim. So it's God Logic has a citation so he said it's not an admission of guilt or anything, but you're going to have to appear in court, and the judge is going to have to decide this stuff. But it's basically based on what Christina said that the guy was doing and what's on camera. The Muslim guy's getting a citation. And because Avery, I haven't seen it, but he was saying because you hit his hand and knocked the phone out of his hand because he was putting it in front of Christina's face or something. He said because you knocked the phone out of his hand and cracked his phone, then you're going to have to appear in court as well. I have to say, these guys are looking like all kinds of cowards right now. Think about it, because this is standard now. You show up to debate. We're going after you. We're gonna harass your wife. That's what they're all doing. It's what they do online. It's what they're doing. If you actually show up to a dawa booth, you can show up to a dawa booth. They focus on going after your wife until you make them stop, and then once you make them stop, then they police, help, police. What a bunch of freaking cowards!
Hang on.
Christ is in trouble.
Oh, hang on.
Those who are against Christ right now is in trouble. They're saying you're at 1.K now.
If you guys want to learn Arabic Quran.
Hey, look at that. Apparently God Logic just said, hey, subscribe to this guy, and got him over 1,000 subscribers just instantly. That was funny.
Dialogue. So that we can finally conclude everything, and then anyone who's free to leave can leave at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a citation, okay?
Yeah.
The same thing that he just signed for you, you're going to basically sign for him,
Mhm.
right? Because you did on the video hit the gentleman's hand, right? And knock his phone out of his hand. His phone did sustain small cracks and damages, right? So it's misdemeanor crimes. You're not going to court. It's a citation. It's not an admission of guilt, just a promise to appear in court and resolve the issue civilly. He got the same citation for what she said, right? And it's just going to all go to a judge, and you guys are going to appear in court, and you're going to resolve the issue civilly. No one's going to jail.
Stream just ended.
I'm not telling you you're guilty. There's nothing that says that you're guilty or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just need a citation here that says you're going to court. If you refuse to sign, I have to take you to jail.
Okay. What would it be like if you took me to jail?
You would just go to jail. And you would see a judge first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I just need a signature from you in the red box on the X. There are optional boxes there for you to leave a phone number or an email if you so choose.
Hey, I think Avery should crowdfund his legal defense and show up with like the best lawyer in the world just for this little misdemeanor citation and stuff, and just destroy the dude in front of everybody.
All right.
All right. And then, yeah, like I said, the boxes are up there, optional if you want to leave phone number or email.
Yeah.
That's good. And then you're going to get your copy as well. The case number is on here. The court date and location is on here. And then the white paper is just instructions on how to appear for the ticket, resolve it, and all that nature. And then, again, your court date is up here.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Appreciate it.
Cool. Any other questions?
No, man. That's good.
All right.
Hey, look, even by him signing that citation, he now has more evidence of something than Sheikh Uthman of the vicious hate crime against him.
Now, the thing is, of course, I'm not a legal expert here, but the funny thing is also, or the important thing also to consider is that the police officers are also not legal experts. What they deal with is somebody called the police. There's been an altercation between these two people. It is all on camera. This guy is doing something. The other guy is coming to him. Something, an altercation results from the encounter. During this altercation, he slaps the guy's hand and the phone falls out of his hand. If it was just a little slap, the police could say, yeah, whatever, man, we don't care about this. But it results in actual damage. So the police cannot just say, whatever, man, we don't care about this, especially if the other side insists. So the best thing that they can do is to simply say, whatever, man, send it to court. Send it to Send it to a judge. They'll deal
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
what he's doing. Yeah, they understand they're not experts and that a judge has to decide this sort of thing. I have to say, though, you know, I'm all for freedom of speech and so on. And how this works is someone can be putting their hands all up in front of your, blocking your wife's face and stuff like this, but he hasn't touched her. He hasn't touched her. Clearly harassing a woman. I'd be all in favor of some law change that's saying if someone is, you know, blocking your wife's field of view and putting his hands in her face and stuff like that, you should just be able to clock the crap out of him. That should be a rule. Someone's messing with your wife, clock the freaking crap out of him. That should be perfectly acceptable in court.
Yeah, I think that should be acceptable as well. I mean, if the person is there to clearly harass and insist on it, I would say that hitting that person, to put it very mildly,
interesting,
should be acceptable.
Interesting. They said there was a lady there who was watching the whole thing, and she was telling I guess the police officer, no, that dude's phone was already cracked. When he was holding it up, it was already cracked.
Really?
Yeah, so that would be interesting because that should be something on video, right? Because there's a bunch of cameras rolling and stuff like that. So any sort of glimpse of this dude's camera already being cracked.
I mean, I would find it completely justified, and I don't care what the court and what the police says. If some guy comes up and harasses somebody repeatedly, especially a woman, especially when Muslims come and do it to a woman, to repeatedly warn them, push them away, and eventually even punch them.
Yeah, and I have to say, someone's going after your wife, and sometimes you got to take the charge if necessary. You got to take the charge.
Nice. So gay, the most gay. I walked in and I said, "Whoa, they're gay," in Trump's voice.
So gay, most gay. I walked in and I said, "Wow, they're gay."
Young Great. When you do this, you have to put in Trump's voice at the beginning of it, so we don't, mess it up.
Yeah, you don't put it afterwards.
Yeah, put it at the beginning. Otherwise, it doesn't count. Young the Great. The pink shirt confirmed Andrew Tate is gay AF. Very, very much. Also, the way he handles himself, like this doesn't matter, and this doesn't matter. What really matters. That's the gayest thing I've seen, man.
So all you need to do to be a top G is just hit everyone with your purse.
What city is this? What is it? Was that San Diego?
Oh, dude! Oh my goodness!
What?
How did you not pull up the picture that SNEAKO put up 1 hour ago? Like how?
Because I'm not on Twitter.
You need to go on Twitter, man.
Because I'm not spending my time looking at what Twitter is doing.
But this is a classic picture. They're posing, and they literally dressed up for this picture. Oh, my goodness.
You mean this one here?
Look at that. Look at Nick. He's actually posing. Like, is this going to be on someone's wall or something like this? In someone's little sex dungeon or something like this? What is this, man? Look at that.
SNEAKO looks like from the Scarface movie.
Yeah, he does.
This guy looks like gay model.
Yeah.
And this guy looks like, I have no idea what this guy looks like.
What is that?
I want to be the meat in the sandwich now. Look.
What is this?
The funny thing about SNEAKO is that he blocked me.
Hey, you know what's funny? He blocked me too, but then he unblocked me after Charlie Kirk was killed, and I made a video because he thought it was messed up too. All the Muslims, like the Warner and stuff like that. Matter of fact, maybe that's why the Warner isn't with him. The Warner used to roll with him everywhere. SNEAKO treated him like a bodyguard, but the Muslims like having the Warner around to prevent people from criticizing Islam to SNEAKO, and he wouldn't know how to answer and stuff. So anyway, they had the Warner roll with him, but the Warner was saying, no, Charlie Kirk deserved to die, and was mocking him and stuff over that. And SNEAKO didn't like it. He didn't like it. He didn't like all the Dawa guys saying, no, this guy deserved to die. He was a critic of Islam, blah, blah, blah. And so I posted a video just compiling what the Dawa guys said, and SNEAKO unblocked me the next day. So I guess he actually liked it and then had to unblock me. So anyway, that's pretty cool. So I'm not blocked.
That's pretty gay. I mean, if you're not gay, you should probably be blocked by SNEAKO. So I just made that rule. Fugo said it speaks to your straightness how much you suck at doing gay voice AP.
I don't know.
I
You
would
haven't
contest
seen.
that.
Yeah, you haven't seen. You haven't seen Muhammad's Boom Boom Room.
Yeah,
Muhammad meets Queers for
I was the
Palestine.
gayest in that, so I would contest this. AT creeps me out. You mean Andrew Tate? He looks like my brother-in-law, and if he had a Dutch accent, he would sound like him too. Freaks me out. Yeah, he's a rapist. So, Christ my rock says, Christ my rock. Am I retarded? Conservatism today is just 90s liberalism, soft on LGBTQ ideology, unlimited HB1s, and caring about women's opinions. Groypers are a breath of fresh air. All right, so here we have somebody who's gay. Here we have a gay guy. 90s liberalism, soft on LGBTQ ideology, unlimited HB1s, and caring about women's opinion. Groypers are a breath of fresh air. If you are a Christian, you should care about the opinions of women. If you are a conservative, you should care about the opinions of women. If you're a man, you should care about the opinions of women. That doesn't mean that you are a fourth, fifth wave feminist. You should care about the opinions of women. You should not treat them like objects. You should not treat them like lesser beings. You should not treat them like animals. By holding this dumb stance, you are not going back to classical conservatism. You're not going back to Christianity. You're not going back to tradition. You're going back to, not even going back, you're just going to complete stupidity and scumbag behavior. Groypers are not a breath of fresh air. They are a breath of fresh air to you if you are somebody who relies on complete stupidity and egotistic, self-absorbed, amoral trash. You are not following traditions. You are not following Christian values. You are not following conservative values if you hold this kind of thinking. And I'm not sure what you're talking about because prior to the 90s, conservatism also very much cared about the opinions of women. This is so funny, man. These guys brought in this new idea of like, oh, we should not care about women at all. We should not care about anything that a woman says. I'm sorry, the Bible will tell you something different on that matter. The Bible will not tell you, for example, that you should be completely careless about the opinions and the existence and the concerns of women. That's not what you will learn from Christianity or from traditional values or from Western values or anything like that. You will learn this kind of stuff from retarded, dumb, self-absorbed, hedonistic, neo-Nazi, Groyper stupidity behavior. You are not representing traditionalism in any way.
Oh my goodness, why is AP licking the balls of women?
Oh, man. Man. The well-read Bolognese says Christian AP is increasing, becoming like Raymond Ibrahim. I don't know what Raymond Ibrahim thinks and holds, so I'm not sure I'm not sure if that's true. But.
Yeah, you might want to hit the gym if you want to become like Raymond Ibrahim. That dude is massive. Used to be a professional bodybuilder.
I gotta go back to the gym, man.
Yeah, I just started back again.
I have to go back to the gym to impress men again.
I gained like 25 pounds the last like 4 or 5 months, so had to hit the gym.
I have to impress men again.
You gotta get all shredded so we can impress all the men.
Jack Ray. Andrew Tate uses chat gay pay tea.
Chat gay pay tea.
User, when your wife divorces you, you'll be gay too.
Talking about if you treat women like crap.
Yeah. Kemal Oz, I served in the army in Iraq. The locals have a saying, men are for pleasure and women are for kids.
There we go.
That kind of behavior is widespread over there. It's sanctioned at the highest levels of power. Well, the society is gay.
Same thing in Afghanistan. It's weird how all these, Iraq is a completely different place from Afghanistan. Completely different.
They're gay.
And yet they end up with the very same idea.
They're gay.
Strange.
Iraq is gay. Afghanistan is gay. So that's how it is. Jay Pendragon says, who was the guy who called SNEAKO gay as if he was informing SNEAKO of that fact? I don't know.
Oh, well, Tommy Robinson said it, remember?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, because SNEAKO was going, actually, you know, I'm wondering if, and Tommy goes, SNEAKO, if you're wondering if you're gay, you're gay.
That was in his conversation with PBD, I think. Wasn't
it? Funny.
He also admitted he's gay. If you're wondering you're gay, SNEAKO, you're gay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't find that right now, but
yeah.
I grew up in Luton, yeah. I see a lot of gay people. SNEAKO's gay. That's what he is. I can't find it right now, but I also don't want to search for the word gay on Twitter. So Andrew Tate tells people that if they see Fuentes, it's actually the angel Gabriel. Tucker and them are what Lenin called useful idiots. That's true. Would AP make a good history professor? Believe it or not, I actually wanted to be a history teacher or professor at some point. But then I let go of that. Jack Ray, it's difficult to parody Islam. Even the Zut jokes aren't such a parody with these guys. They do consider Muhammad their model of conduct. Very, very true. Isa, what's up, man? We saw that gross salute in our debate as well. You know, you said that. I didn't pay attention to that at all. So I have no idea where that salute happened in our debate. I honestly do not know. I did not see it.
Wasn't it? You just said Nazi. I think it was that other dude. So there was Junior. The poster boy for first cousin marriage, and then that other dude. I think the other dude did it.
The other dude, yeah, Isa says the other dude did it. I did not see it. Maybe because I didn't pay attention.
You just said Nazi again, man. How many times are you going to say it? The other guy also said something like that the Holocaust didn't happen or something like that, which is, of course, gay, groyper behavior. So was that in the closing speech or something like that? Let me see. Closing speech, transcript, closing. I want to check that out. I don't know where to find it. You have to give me the timestamp, Isa, for it. I have no idea where it is. Kit Kat cries. It's both of their fault. Women shouldn't walk around with their ha-has hanging out, and men shouldn't treat women like pieces of meat. Come on, AP. Did I say it's not women's fault at all? You did say that.
Did I say
you're like, no woman has ever done anything wrong. Everything is the man's fault.
Kit Kat for Christ. I mean, it's not even about how women dress. It's about how people act and how people think and what people believe and all that. I would never ever make the claim that it's not the fault of one gender at all, or it's just the fault of one. My problem is specifically with people saying it's the fault of women. Men act like this because of women. Sorry, that's dumb. Or it's because of men, that's why women act like this. That's also dumb. I think it's both sides. It's humans in general. It's people in general. It's the culture in general. It's the way people think in general. Blaming one side, no matter which side you blame, is stupid. It is both. But also, it is neither. It is the culture. Christ, my rock, Myron understands AJ's racial hierarchy ideology. No, he doesn't. You are retarded. Paul says, David Wood, Uthman knows Muslims don't need to convince people. They are winning politically. Read Amy Mack's reporting. They are taking over America, purchasing lands. In your face, David. Cliff Rousseau, they called the cops because God Logic was debating while black. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. So, Saraf, sterilized. What if Myron just pinky promised never to touch a woman? I'd believe him. I mean, I believe him too. He's gay. Sean McDonald, why is Nico hailing WW2 bad guy when he should be hailing the Al-Zut? This is true. Why is Nico hailing the World War II bad guy when he should be hailing Al-Zut? This is very, very true. Kos Marinaut, if you don't already, you guys should have a segment of your show called Dawa Awards. Hey, we should do that sometime. The Dawa
Junior should get all of them.
Dawa Awards. Dawa Awards. I'm sorry for saying that you're retarded, but if you in any way defend Myron Gaines and his way of thinking and a praise of Nazis or anything like that, you are just retarded. I don't have any time for you. I can have a debate with your most intelligent and most informed, most educated public representatives and influencers And spoiler alert, they will never do it. But I'm not going to listen to your dumb justification of any of this kind of stuff. You're retarded. I thought you guys don't have a problem with the use of such language and harshness against you. You're retarded. That's it. Matt AC, if Avery went to jail, he would convert the joint. That's true. Snitch Lam strikes again. Uthman will issue a debate challenge to Avery on his court date, says the nun. He'd probably do that, man. Also, Dylan, Avery should have had backup from the Cigarra family. David, what happened to the Cigarras? Why aren't they there with Avery?
He didn't call us, S.A.
Hey.
We would have totally had his back. Eh? We would have brought the maraca.
Furthermore, is that in your Bible, David? Says Coltrane.
I'd have to know what.
Is that in your Bible, yes or no? Answer the question. Is it in your Bible, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, good. Young Cruiser Great says, you two are great tools of God. I would humbly never claim to. Thank you. S. Misiguera says, AP, play the E-I-E-I-O song already. It's so based, you're gay if you don't play it. Really? Is there a song like that? Who made a song like that, David? Is there a song like that? I don't believe that there's a song.
You should play it, man. Everyone loves that song.
Fine, I'll find it and play it. Where is it?
It's on Your Brother in Christ. Your Brother in Christ channel. Something about a farm.
Okay, I will save it and play it next time.
Just play it, man. Just play it. You know how to play videos? It's a short video, man. It's a little song.
David, is that in your Bible?
Yep.
Okay.
Eric from
Ohio had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. On that farm he had some pigs. E-I-E-I-O.
with a sheep here and a goat there. Camel. Eric from Ohio had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
You got to listen to the lyrics, man. They're actually funny.
Eric from Ohio had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Eric from Ohio had a book. E-I-E-I-O.
And that book made no sense.
That book made no, and they bleeped it out since.
So we said it here, said it there, pages flying everywhere.
Eric from Ohio had a farm.
He gave it the whole corral. Stupid cow.
Sometimes he shoots it straight.
Sometimes he wipes his butt.
Pages spin in chaos reign. Sheep just stare like
Bro's insane.
the Quran is such a stupid book.
Every day the book gets zooted. Thing the book gets eaten. Gets zooted here, zooted there, zooted everywhere.
Eric from Ohio zooted that book.
This is art, man.
That is next level, man. Next level. All thanks to Malik, too. This is awesome.
That is art. This is the beauty of art. This is the beauty of art. I love it. I love it. This is art. And for those who don't understand why such an amplification of the desecration and zooting of the Quran, It is because people have been killed over this. And we don't want anybody killed over this anymore.
We ain't taking it anymore, guys. We ain't taking it. We're not gonna take it.
We are doing it.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it.
Only recently, one of our friends, Salwan Momika, has been brutally murdered in his home by somebody, by Muslims, for burning the Quran. People have been brutally murdered for depicting Muhammad. While the same people who kill us will happily go out without us doing anything at all to the Quran and say that we deserve to be executed for being critics of Islam, for being ex-Muslims, for being free people, for being people who change their minds. They can say that we should be executed. They can say that we should be killed. We should be subjugated. We should be destroyed. We should be forced to become Muslims. We should be forced to not renounce our faith, or they will kill us and celebrate it and all of that. But if we harm the Quran, this stupid piece of paper, then we deserve to die. And we don't want to take that. We don't want to take that. It is now part of our culture to rip up the Quran. And shout out and much respect and prayers for Salwan Momika, who was brutally murdered, and for many others who were brutally murdered by Muslims because they had their poor feelings offended.
Hey, look, AP, who's this? Who's this? Hang on. You gotta figure out who this is.
It is now part of our culture.
Look, who's this?
To disrespect the Quran. Hey, that's the Warner, isn't it? No, that's Muhammad. Okay.
This is what I do during debates.
Oh, that's Junior. That's Junior.
Now we know what to do. Next time I'm debating Junior,
nice.
I'll bring Dr. Maloink, the Dawa snitch pig, and feed it some pages of the Quran.
Take the L. Take the L, but do not shove it up your butt. Don't do it.
Take the L. Zoot.
Take the zoot. All right. Anything else, David? Wait, there are a few more super chats here. Young Kustiger, is a type of Christianity in Central America and South America real Christianity? Depends on who you ask. David, is it real Christianity?
No, I would guess it's a mix, right? Same as everywhere.
Matt T7W. AP, will you have Jay Dyer on more? I don't think I will. So, my past interactions with Jay Dyer. So,
what'd you just say?
It's a very long topic, but so in the past, when I first interacted with Jay Dyer, I had a lot of respect for him. Over the years, I had a lot of respect for Jay Dyer, and I often realized and also pointed out that we have many disagreements on things, and that I think that he has some strange opinions and all that, but I still respect him. And to this day, I will say I find him incredibly intelligent, very intelligent. But I also
I don't think anyone disputes that.
I also think that he's too intelligent for his own good, honestly, because he can come to very crazy ideas and crazy conclusions. I still have a lot of respect for him. We had our differences in the near past. We resolved those differences by getting together and talking about them. Then we kind of fell apart again a little bit, but not in a hostile way. Just in a way that what he does and what he says and what he talks about and all that, and what I do and what I say and what I think just don't align with each other very much. So I'm not sure if there's any need for us to interact with each other. I might at some point, behind the scenes, send him a message again at some point to ask him something. He might do the same thing to me. We have done that over the years, but not sure if there will be any interaction publicly speaking. Janine, come on, ride it, the train song by Quad City DJs, 1996, but make it zoot. I'll check it out. Saul 305, the black cloaked Muslim in God Logic's live, couldn't stop talking about David. He must be a diehard fan of David. He probably did.
Interesting. I haven't seen any of that, so yeah. Well, I guess we'll be checking that out tomorrow. Tomorrow. Gosh, that was bad day for Dawa. You got Sheikh Uthman running, you got God Logic crushing people, then apparently whining about me, and then harassing God Logic's wife, and then calling to Popo, please save us, Kafir Popo. We're so strong. Bad day for Dawa.
Nice. Coltrane for the 6545 says in every stream, the Muslims were still blaming Apostle Paul in the background. How? Because they're gay.
I did see some of that. I did see some of Avery's quoting and saying, "Hey, no, they're reading this. Well, what's that mean? Does that mean the Paul stuff? The Paul's Bible?"
Super duper cool, awesome. He said he doesn't like your stance on Israel. Well, it's quite obvious. I think Jay Dyer has gone into a very radical direction after over the last 2 years in terms of Israel. He was less like that and went more into a different direction. And of course, he's wrong. I don't like his stance on Israel, but that's just one of the many issues there where he and I have disagreements on. It wouldn't be a deal breaker for me in any sense that you have a different stance on Israel, but it's just one of the many issues. Best lyrics ever written. The Quran is such a stupid book. E-I-E-I-O. Eric from Ohio zooted that book. E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, again, everyone, that video is over on the channel Your Brother in Christ. So you can search for Your Brother in Christ and get that and share that everywhere, because that is a banger. Not in the Zoot or Warner sense, though.
That's true.
Hey, you never even played a little video of SNEAKO, man. What the heck?
Oh, yeah, that's true. The book was convulging on the ground like it was receiving a revelation. That's true. Saraf says the black bat of Zoot never go limp on the Cupinata.
Quran Pinata. We had requests to make a Muhammad cartoon pinata made out of the Quran and to beat the crap out of it with a black bat that says Zoot down the side. We're going to have a Zoot bat. I want to get an actual custom Zoot bat for any intruders.
Nice. Ashkenazi Jews belong in Eastern Europe. Well, so does your mom, but Ethio Chica, it's Israeli arrangement syndrome. Saraf, I'm begging you, Apostate Prophet, stop vibrating with that chair. I can't. I have ADHD on a very severe level, and I take medication to deal with it on some level, but you can't possibly contain it.
I didn't even hear you.
I can train it, but it's always going to be expressing itself in some way.
Train a chair?
Yes. AP is in your testimony recently. Remember on thing that is mind blowing. Your name was written in the Lamb's book on file from eternity past. That's funny. All right. Anything else, David?
That's it, isn't it?
Have you ever seen videos of people feeding the Quran to a pig? I haven't.
Didn't have a video, but Hatun posted some pictures of her, including the Quran pages in pig slop. So you can go find that on my. You can look up DCCI Ministries on X, or you go to my channel, and I've shared everything from people who are making videos and pictures for the Malik Challenge.
So Isa Kabir says it's at 2:15:18 when Junior gives anti-Semitic pass. I gotta check that out. If I see it there, I'll look at it later on. It could be its whole own thing to respond to, honestly. Cosmer not. It was very great to be in a debate with you, by the way, Isa. It was kind of fun how chill you were the entire time. In case it wasn't clear, Dawa Awards, Darwin Awards. We got that. Matt, Jay is the giant in a scene. Debate him, AP. In what scene?
Matthew Weakling.
In what scene is he a giant?
In some scene. Which part don't you understand? In this scene. This one.
I'm very, very sure that in terms of theology and theological debates, Jay is very big. But I don't understand why I would debate him on anything else because of that. When you can be big in one thing, but be very, very poor in the other thing. I mean, I will admit, for example, that Jay is very good, very, very good in theological conversations, philosophical conversations, debates, and all that. I think in other places, like in terms of Israel, for example, Jay is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Very, very poor. And I can say that while thinking that he's a genius in many other fields. I think that in terms of conspiracies and all that, Jay is pretty bad. While still arguing that in terms of theological discussions, he's fantastic. He's a genius. Despite the fact that I might disagree with him on matters there as well. But just because you're good at one thing, that doesn't mean that you're good at everything else. So that's that. Cult Wraith, petting zoos often have a food pellets you can get from a dispenser. You should fill one with gram pages and invite families and kids to feed the animals. That's very rude. Very, very rude. David, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And as always, actually, what are we doing tomorrow?
Going through highlights from God Logic at the Park. It's 3 hours and some change. I'm gonna check it all out, and we'll find the best bits, and really make fun of some Dawa guys because they're looking all kinds of pathetic. And it's still, guys, it's still January. It's been the worst month for them ever.
That's true. It's true. All right. Thanks, everybody. We will see y'all tomorrow. And until then, thanks for watching. God bless y'all. And I just published a video. Was it today?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Which was a very, very nice conversation with me and a Jew in Israel.
Yeah.
Where I
didn't
asked
like
him
that
about,
part. Didn't like that part where he started spitting on you.
Yeah, where I asked him why he doesn't spit on me. Then he started spitting on me and beating me up. So check that out. Until tomorrow, see you all. Have a fantastic day. And as always,
stay away from Islam.
Beast.